Hi everyone, Mike Wilson here with Blake Topmeyer from the Knoxville News Sentinel, recapping Tennessee's spring game. 15 of 15 spring practices gone in the books. Early impressions, I thought Jarrett Guarantano really settled in nicely, played well. Thought Shannon Reed was probably the defensive standout, maybe Jalen McCullough too with a couple picks. Josh Palmer, nice for the wideouts. Who did you think really stood out and what impressed you?
Well, you hit on it with Guarantano there. The first three offensive series, the whole first team, Guarantano included, looked pretty sluggish, couldn't find a rhythm, but then he talked about it after the game. He hit a 31-yard pass over the middle to JaJuan Jennings, and that really seemed to spark him and spark the offense. They scored on 3 consecutive drives. So he was a highlight from the day. Shannon Reed, I think, had a really good spring. They need a second starting inside linebacker with Darren Kirkland's career possibly being over with lingering knee issues. And so Batuli's going to be starting at one spot, but Reed looks to have the inside track at the other. McCullough, 2 interceptions with that second string defense. I thought the backup quarterbacks were kind of interesting. They were inconsistent. There were some moments where you were like, ooh, that doesn't look good. But then I thought there were also some moments where they flashed a little bit of promise. I thought both guys were mobile and moving around in the pocket and scrambling. And, as Brian Malar in particular was interesting, I thought he made mostly good decisions, but he made a couple bad ones and threw interceptions.
Interception being one of them. Yeah, telegraphed that. Maybe positionally, group-wise, who do you think helped themselves today? Who do you think maybe wasn't so great today?
I thought the first-string wide receivers looked pretty good. JaJuan Jennings in particular, I don't think we saw the real JaJuan Jennings last year. He was, had some offseason injuries, had a knee procedure last year that he dealt with, and I just didn't feel like he was all the way there. He looked really good today over the middle of the field, made a couple big plays. Beyond that, I hesitate to say any particular position group really thrilled me. I think overall, probably the one wide receivers.
Now looking ahead to the summer, Tennessee's headed into that now. They'll add some recruits, especially some offensive linemen, which is something they certainly need. What do you think is the most important thing to happen this summer for this Tennessee team to head into the fall with some momentum?
Get better on both sides on the line of scrimmage. I mean, there's only so much you can do individually, in the offseason, but you could still work on your craft. And I think that is the key for this team on both sides of the ball. We saw today Wanya Morris making the start with the ones at left tackle. True freshman. He needs to do more to get settled in this offseason, and then when Darnell Wright gets here this summer, he needs to hit the ground running because he's someone as another true freshman that they could be counting on to start. And then that defensive line, I think, continues to be a question mark. I think Emmett Gooden is an anchor of that unit, but beyond that, to me, there's more questions than answers.
It's all from us here at Neyland Stadium tonight. Tune back into the fall, I guess, to see us back here. For now, stay tuned for all the latest at Go Vols Extra and KnoxNews.com.